The fans' prayers have been answered. The Toronto Raptors have finally signed an actual big man, as Khem Birch just got waived by the Orlando Magic. In this video, we're going to go through the deeper meaning behind this signing. Let's get into it. Welcome Raptors fans to Amateur Hour Sports. This is the channel where you get NBA content with a focus on the Toronto Raptors. We do 4 to 5 Raptors themed videos a week. We also do live streams on Twitch, so make sure you're subscribed to the channel to keep up to date with all that content, and follow it on Twitch, twitch.tv/Amateur Hour Sports. And in today's video, we're talking about Khem Birch. The Raptors finally signed a big man. They replace Aaron Baines. I'm wearing the Aaron Baines point counter shirt to kind of celebrate the fact that the Raptors have actually gone out and acquired a center, an actual center who can rebound and probably has a little bit more to offer on the court than Aaron Baines. But we'll see. I'm not sure if Khem Birch is really going to be that guy to replace, but it's nice to have multiple options in the center department. And Khem Birch is a Canadian. You know, it's a bit of a homecoming for Khem Birch. We've been told that Khem Birch is quite excited to be joining the Toronto Raptors team. Definitely has some affiliation from his childhood with the team. So exciting to bring him home, as some people would say. But what can Khem Birch really offer to this team? So in this video, we're going to talk about that, what he offers a team, what he can produce for this team on court, but also we can talk about the deeper meaning behind this move and signing a little bit later on in the video. So for starters, Khem Birch, 28 years old. He's played his entire career with the Orlando Magic, where he does struggle a little bit for minutes, but typically in an average season, he's averaging like 5 points per game, 5 rebounds per game, above 50% shooting. But in this most recent season, the one that's currently going on, his per 36 stats are over 9 points per game, over 9 rebounds per game. And the Raptors absolutely don't need anything special in the center department right now. They just need a guy they can rely on to finish at the rim, and a guy they can rely on defense to grab those rebounds. And Khem Birch does fit this category. He might only be 6'9", but his sizable presence, his frame allows him to go up and get rebounds and still defend guys who are bigger than him. He can defend well above his size, and he is definitely suited to this center position for the Toronto Raptors. Now, I don't think this is exactly a groundbreaking, season-changing type of pickup, but I think Khem Birch will definitely help the Raptors excel to a bit of a different level. I think he definitely improves this Raptors team. So, the people who want to go for the tank might not be as thrilled about this pickup, because, a lot of people are calling Aaron Baines the leader of the tank. I don't think Aaron Baines deserves all this extra criticism that he gets, but definitely the Raptors needed this big man sign. And Khem Birch, again, he's Canadian. Nick Nurse coaches Team Canada, so Khem Birch has had experience playing with Nick Nurse, and that's probably part of the reason why this signing was made. That's probably why the Raptors have waited and waited and waited to pick up a center, because Masai Ujiri, Nick Nurse, Bobby Webster, all of them had to be sold on the player coming in, and it looks like Nick Nurse is kind of sold on bringing in Khem Birch. There may not have been a lot of people sending in offers to Khem Birch, but it was pretty clear right from the jump when Shams broke the news that Khem Birch was going to be waived. It was pretty clear that the Raptors were the team that were going to pick him up. Once he clears waivers today, I've seen online that once he clears waivers, he's going to be in Tampa to sign a contract, and then he's going to go join the Raptors. Won't be available for the game tonight, but hopefully available for the game tomorrow. And again, this is likely something that Nick Nurse has wanted to happen. This is probably a player that Nick Nurse is a fan of, because when he coached Khem Birch at the World Cup for Canada, he averaged almost 12 points, 7 rebounds, 2 blocks, over a steal a game. So there's a lot to like about him, including 56% shooting from the field. So Nick Nurse has seen him in the past. He knows a little bit how to use him, knows a little bit how to get the best out of him. And Khem Birch, it's likely that he's had a little bit of trouble in Orlando, because he's playing behind Nikola Vucevic, who is going to take up a lot of those center minutes for a team. But maybe with a team like the Toronto Raptors, he can start to improve his amount of game time and maybe find a little bit extra in his career. I know he's already 28 years old, probably in the peak of his athleticism, the prime maybe of his basketballing ability. So maybe the Raptors get something out of him for the rest of the season, and it's a low-risk situation. They sign him until the end of the season. If they don't like what they see, they can let him walk. But if they do like what they see, then maybe Khem Birch can be a decent backup big in the next couple of seasons. We get a better one in the offseason to really start and solidify that position. But Khem Birch, maybe not a bad backup. But again, if something goes wrong, if it's not a good fit, if he doesn't play well for the Raptors, low-risk situation with a moderate reward. So absolutely the Raptors needed to take this step to acquire a center. Now, the question is, how much does this really improve the current Toronto Raptors team? Because Obviously, you can see the energy from the players in the court. They are not sold on this tank. They are going out every single game fighting right until the final buzzer to win these games. They did it against the Bulls and the Lakers, and still they lost both those games, but you can applaud the effort they showed late on in the fourth quarter, even being down by big numbers. They're still fighting to get back in this game, and that's kind of metaphorical for the current season. Yes, they're down bad right now. The record is not good, but these Raptors players are going to fight right until the end of the season to improve that record and get themselves in a playoff position. Now, the deeper meaning behind this move is that Masai Ujiri is clearly not sold on the tank. Masai Ujiri is out here making this team better, trying to go for the playoffs. If Masai Ujiri wanted to tank and just wanted to give up on the season and go for picks, he wouldn't have made this move. He would not have made this move. He would have likely traded away more players to make us worse, to get us one of those top 5 picks. But it is very evident with this that Masai Ujiri, Bobby Webster have committed to going for a playoff push, committed to make the playoffs. That is the biggest kind of thing around this deal for me. It's not necessarily the player coming. I'm sure it's exciting to see a new player in a Toronto Raptors uniform, but Masai Ujiri and Bobby Webster have made it very telling and very clear here to the organization, to the players, to the fans, that they are going out to win games. And Nick Nurse as well has said in press conferences that they are going out to win every game. There is no tank going on, and at this current stage in the season, they're only a few games out of a play-in position. Now, whether you like that or not, whether you want to tank or not, this is the current reality with the Toronto Raptors team. The front office, the coaches, and the players have all clearly bought into this team going to make a playoff push. Now, people keep asking me, I'm not sold on the tank. I was never sold on going at the tank. So people keep asking me, why do I want the Raptors to go win games? Why do I want them to go out and win games? And for some reason, so many people approach me asking me why I don't want to tank. Yet when I ask you guys if you're cheering for the other team when the Raptors are playing, all of a sudden I'm branded as the enemy. But you guys are the ones coming to me saying that you want the Raptors to lose every game. Like literally when Gary Trent, we did a live stream where Gary Trent hits the buzzer beater game winner. It's exciting. We're going crazy. And Raptors fans enter the chat bashing the Raptors for actually going on a winning game. Like, are you that bitter? You can't enjoy the moments like that? It's a little bit of a weird dynamic right now around Raptor Nation because some guys are really rooting for the other team, but some guys, like myself, still want this team to go out and win games. At this point in the season, I'm a little bit indifferent. I want the Raptors to win. I'm cheering for the Raptors to win every game. I watch along every single Raptors game live on Twitch right now, so I'm cheering for the Raptors to win. But if they lose and guys are playing well, then I can accept it. I understand the bigger picture. We do get a better pick if we start to lose games, but I would rather go out and try to win every single game and go out and win these games, because if you lose, but you're working hard trying to win games, you get performances like Chris Boucher's 38.19 rebound game, which you wouldn't get if these players were just here to roll over and die and just accept that they're not going to win any games this season and just tank the rest of it. That won't be enjoyable for a fan. That certainly won't help the development of some of these younger players in the team. That mentality will just really hinder their growth over the course of this season. Like Gary Trent, 22 years old, OG Anunoby, 23 years old. It would be really bad and unhealthy for these players just to accept the fact that the organization is trying to lose games. So I like this image the organization, the front office is placing here. They're sending the message with this pickup of Khem Birch that yes, they still want to compete. They still want to go out and try to make the playoffs. Now, Khem Birch, again, is not the groundbreaking center that we were wanting at the trade deadline or wanting in the buyout market, but it's a solid pickup. It's a low-risk, solid pickup who is definitely going to help this team. The magnitude of how much he is going to help this team remains to be seen, but one thing is absolutely clear. The Toronto Raptors are not tanking. They're striving to win every single game and get themselves in a playoff position, like it or not. So give me your thoughts and opinions on this Khem Birch signing to the Toronto Raptors. Do you like it? Do you not like it? Do you want the Raptors to tank? Do you think this is a good move to try to go for the playoffs? I want to hear all of your thoughts and opinions in the comments down below. But that wraps it for me for today. Thank you so much for watching. If you're still here, please like the video if you like, and subscribe to Amateur Sports for more content just like this. Also follow us on Twitch, twitch.tv/amateursports. Hope to see you guys there for the watch along tonight as the Raptors play the Cleveland Cavaliers. At the end of the day, I believe what I say. If you disagree, that is okay. We'll see you again next time for another video.